どうも皆様いらっしゃいませ。ほうです。ヴァンパイア続きをプレイしていきます。今回はまずは薬を皆さんに配りまして、今みんな回復中です。頑張って回復してください。ちょっとこっち側は知らんけどな。また時間ができたら向かいましょう。で誰だったっけな、おばあさん、口の悪いおばあさんがやられたっていう話をしてたのが、ここ血まみれになっとるんですわ。で、外には遺体が僕が助けた人の遺体なのかで、おばあさんの死体は盗まれたらしいですよ。怖いですね。で、イーストエンドの港に行けっていうことなので、こちらの方に向かっていきたいなと思います。マーカーをどっから行ったらいいかな。こっちから回っていった方が、いや、いけないな。こっちからじゃないと繋がってないか。じゃあ、マーカーをポチポチと入れつつ、道に迷わないようにアイテムとか回収しながら行こうかな。なんか暗い雰囲
It
気だね。
seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more
魔
careful.
法使いがいるな。
Fear no evil. We do the Lord's work here.
上から行けるな。よし。どうも。
Die, vermin! Crush this
光を。ほら。ファイト。ジャス。あら、なんとか。ほら、一発くらい。熱っ。おいや。あ、ちょっとダメージでかい。回復しない。血がビリビリしてる。
Die, vermin!
ほら、あ、死んだ。吸われて死んだ。とりあえず一つ目のとこにはついたな。で、ここだね。まっすぐ行って右。あ、
It ain't human!
お、普通にいる。ほっ。
Die, vermin!
ほら。間違えた。よし。いるな。はい、なるほどいるね。向いてんな。
He's mine! This one's mine! Christ, he's dead!
後ろだ。いた。
He's done for!
よし。ズン。ああ。ほら。 この橋渡って向こうだね。うわ、もう反り返って死んでんじゃん。んなもんか。よし。血が吸いたいな。こっちじゃない。こんな死体がある時点でおかしいけどな。こんだけ治安悪いんだ。血を吸わせて
Look
くれ。
lively! It's on to us!
落ちた。おっと。うめえ。
Murdering bastard!
ちょっと回復。ほい。あ、血が吸いたかった。勢い余って殺しちまったぜ。間違えた。回復。今度一体何人の人を殺めなければならないのだろうか。シリング箱あり。え、違う。わ、スカルいる。何ここ。お前せっかく回復したおよいしょ。血をよこす。やばい、死んだ。惜しげなくやっぱ回復使わないとダメだな。惜しげなく、惜しみなく。苦しみは不死状態の一部よ。痛みが止むことはないわ。まあ、死んでデメリットがあるわけじゃないからな。気にせず行こう。若干のやり直しはあるにして。経験値とかそのまんまなのかな。減ってる感じないよね。あ、どっち？こっちだ。なんでこの人気づくんだろう。さっきからよ。お。くそ。 見えない、何も。かっこいいところが。
Filthy piece of shit!
この野郎。死にそばす。死体はどこに行った？さっき気づかんかったが血が点々としてるね。死体をさらった後なの。間違えた。あ、いた。一応こっち側でもいいんだが、こっち側からも回っていけるのか。この血の跡を追ってみようか。さっきはよくもやってくれたな、お前ら。間違えた。危ねえ。ほい。よし、まずは一人。痛い。このスカル同士でやり合わんのかね。同じじゃないんか、こいつ。気持ちは連帯感があるんだ。君も血が飲みたいのかいみたいな感じだ。ガンガン。スカルを倒して老人を助ける。左。素早いスカルじゃないこれ。バカね。死体両方にシリングが落ちてるな。
This is Braille. I need someone who can read this.
盲目の治療。
What are you people, huh? Come on, and I will show you how a wet foot does business. Get away from me, you bastard! Get
みんなお回復させて。血をよこせ。息を止めてしまった。なんかほら助けた。けど老人と話して、あ、もうこっち、あ、まあいいか。普通に開いたね。
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing in a place like this?
I'm not sure that's any of your business.
I hope you realize that staying here will put your life at great risk.
Pah! I'm not afraid of these guards of Priwen, or whatever these thugs call themselves. I can still kick some respect into those youngsters.
I wasn't specifically referring to them, but are you really after these men? Why?
They took my boy! I've had no news since he joined that crazy gang. So I decided to come and find him myself, to get some answers.
I see. But as I said, your life is at risk if you stay here. And I'm not referring to the gangs either. You should leave, sir.
Well, this part of town used to be nicer, let's say. Perhaps you're right. This isn't the best way to save Andrew.
それだろ。
Are you sure you'll be able to reach the docks alone?
Young man, I am perfectly capable
Young
of defending
man.
myself.
さよなら。 血を吸うなら今チャンス。ガンガン。この人はどこの人なんだ。港かな。この人アーチャーウッドビート。あ、アーチャーウッド。なんかアイテムないか。シリング。シリング。5円ずつあるシリング。人が死んでる。母さんへ、俺に何が起きても、あなたの息子があなたを愛しているってことは忘れないでほしい。俺の生き方にいつでも賛成ってわけじゃなかったことは分かってる。だけど俺は変えるつもりはない。この町で生まれ育ったのに、近所の人たちや知り合いに起こっていることに対して我慢できないんだ。俺は最近ひどい決断をしてしまった。俺は少数支配の独裁政治に反撃すると決めた。奴らが復讐するのは分かってる。だけど何がやってこようと覚悟はできてる。母さんのおかげで俺はいつも本を読むのが好きだった。行動を起こそうとしている今、俺にはエティエンヌ・ドゥラ・ポエシを引用することぐらいしかできない。彼らの背が高く見えるのは我々がひざまずいているからに過ぎない。俺はもう聞きたくない、ひざまずきたくないんだ、母さん。どんな代償を払っても俺は堂々と立ってるつもりだ。さようなら、大好きな母さん、ジャック。
There is a name engraved under the blood on the back of the case. Jack Gillingham. Maybe I should return this watch to his family.
なんか港の人の手にひどいありさまだ。何のと戦ったんだろう。ガード・オブ・プリウェンかな。左行ってここは開くのかな。はい。あ、ここが港だね。あ、いるの？いや、いないが。なんで構えた？あの港に入ったらあれか、安全地帯なのか。敵がいないんだね。なんかミニマップ欲しいね。いる。トントン。そして寝とけ。よし、なもんだな。よし、港で人の話を聞こう。人の話を聞こうっておかしい。人に話を聞こう。ショーハンポトンを見つける。どんな感じ？この一帯か。ぐるっと開く。ハザークブリッジ。上から見てる。あ、ここあれじゃん。僕が逃げてきたところじゃない？初めの。そんな気がしてならない。こんなとこ通ってきたよな。 は多分関係ない。人を探そう。あ、いた。こんばんは。
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why must it always be a good evening?
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
ショーン・ハンプトンを探しています。
Any chance you can help me find Sean Hampton?
The sad saint. Why would you talk to that cunt?
Actually, that's confidential.
Really?
Oh,
Well, go ask someone else then. I'm sure Tom Watts will gladly answer you.
この
What can you tell me about this part of town?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
Nope. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
Is there no one who deserves your leniency then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. It's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat her so good.
You seem upset. Is something bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
新しいミッション。
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just wanted to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
ネックレス。もう一つの殺人。親族に返すか誰かに売るか。成功。お、あなた風邪ひいてますか？風邪薬持ってたかな？
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah, yeah.
いえいえ。
Do you require medical...
あ、持ってた。
I don't know which kind of doctor you're...
And is it your purpose?
これ薬あるから。
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
話は飛ばす。他に人間はいねえか。あの辺いるな。こっち側にも2人ほどいたな。消えたな。おい。
Hello, boy.
Hello. Good evening.
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear from me.
No, it's just that people prefer to avoid me.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
Do you know a man who lives in this part of town? A man named Sean Hampton. I'm looking for him.
Sorry, sir. I don't know a lot of folks around here. Most prefer to avoid me.
Well, I don't think you should talk to him. He may be very sick.
Thanks for the tip. You might want to check the Turquoise Turtle. It's a pub not far from here. The barkeep knows everyone in these
あ、
parts.
こいつだ。
What can you tell me about this region?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But since most people prefer to avoid me, it's pretty easy.
なんで避けられてるの？
Why do people avoid you?
They call me Rufus the Curse.
呪いの
Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or worse.
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
Are you alone? Where is your family?
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home? You're sleeping rough?
No. I mean, yes. I live on the streets. I have no home.
気をつけた方がいいよ。
You should be careful, Rufus. There are things that lurk in the shadows of this city. Things that prey on the lonely and the desperate.
I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
フィッシュバーン。さよなら。
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
ここにいるステラ・フィッシュバーン。
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed. Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
入れてくれ。
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in?
あなたの息子がおそらく死んでいた手紙を見つけたんです。
Most these days.
It's locked.
施錠されている。この人の血を吸えば開けれるかな。
I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. I've been nothing but worry.
なんか喋ってる。寝室。こんなに広いお家じゃないね。いいね、暖炉がある家って。
Best grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets. So you have questions about the flu, then?
Yes, among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
I'm trying to locate Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where he could be?
You talking about the one everyone calls the sad saint? The man who takes care of the homeless?
The very same, Miss Fishburne.
I'm sorry. I don't know where his shelter is. But if you ask around, I'm sure you'll get your answer.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter and no one will bat an eye.
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs. Fishburne?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope Factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no. My Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
How do you pay the rent, then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
この人じゃないのか。違った。イーニット・ギリンガムさんか。イーニットの息子ジャックが殺害された。失敬、人違いでした。
I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people most.
ニャーンって言ってるな。ニャーンがいるのか。こっちはもう裏側だね。飛べるな、多分。ほら箱割り。ぐるっと回って奥に何もなし。じゃあこれを右だな。人間はいねえか。エラおばさん。サブリナ・キャベンディッシュ。なんか知り合い話したことあります。
Mark my words, miss. These murders are the work of a vampire.
A vampire? Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog?
下水の犬。
What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime,
Based on the-
then vanishes.
Teeth? Claws? Murders by night? Your
私の分野
sewer
ですね、
dog
T。
is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady.
バラキ。
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
マジヴァンパイアの仕業。話したことあったっけ、この人と。あ？働いてる人？
Good evening, sir.
はい。
Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're
なんか作るね。
thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour, but I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, It only strengthened his faith.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom
また
Watts.
トム・ワッツか。
He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham?
Oh boy.
It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
ヴァンパイアがジャック・ギリンガムを殺したと思い込んでいる。
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
ケアレスなのか。
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
新しいミッション。
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
ダーティービジネス。
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
Goodbye. And good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
どうした？トム・ワッツ。
I hope I live long enough to see them.
やっぱここ一番初めに来たあれだ、バーだ。いや、久しぶり。
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. It would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here.
Sure.
Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Okay.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's not that bad, thanks to people like the sad saint at the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs. Sean is one of them.
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. And with the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
新しいミッション。
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run, do you?
Or something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long-term hope.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
すんなり教えてくれたね。アイストン・リリニー。
So few clients. With the epidemic, no one dares go outside.
お食事中、失礼。
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally.
So,
I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint? I'll try asking Tom Watts about him.
じゃがいも食ってんの。
What do you do for a living, Mr.
じゃ
Delaney?
がいもと何食べてんの。
I drink.
豆
I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death can be so abrupt. Personally, I like to see mine coming at my own pace.
You sound very sad, sir.
That's because I am Doc.
Don't you work at all?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you? Drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night.
お金はどうしてんだ。
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly. So joyful.
No reason at all to rejoice, then? Life is hopeless and then we die, is that it?
Let me tell you a story.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. Bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, the torn street light.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it, and now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage to the dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is, I'm not sure I'd memorize it.
悲しい、悲しいな。
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the...
How dare you?
Why are you so cynical?
Cynicism is the polite way to express despair, Doctor.
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young, like everybody else.
Sure, I wanted things to change. To really change, and to change for good. The bigger the dream, the harder the fall.
Sounds like you were an idealist. which is honorable.
No, sir. I was an anarchist and I believe that exclusive property is a robbery in nature. I wanted a new world to rise from the ashes, Dr. Reed.
熱烈で過激なアナーキストだった。アナーキストは疲れてるのか。
Do you really think the world is that bad?
No, I believe we all can choose to make it better. But most of us are too weak, too corrupt and too guilty. I failed for sure, but others will come.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of peaceful change. I like it a lot.
Inebriation aside, do you need medical help?
Yes. I feel sicker than usual these days.
Take this, then. And perhaps you could try to slow down the alcohol intake, too.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only remedy I can afford.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
みんな話好きだな。ここにあの人がいたんだよね、先生が。金庫ある。置いた。5円入ってた。3円。
Evening, miss.
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back. Never mind in fancy togs.
I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
一気に喋るのこの人。
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir.
Why not answer me directly?
We respect the privacy of our customers here, sir. Only Tom can decide who to speak to and what he'll say to them.
What can you tell me about this area?
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round here. You'd best be more careful with what you say, sir.
You look concerned, Miss Cavendish.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob you blind, or worse. You best mind your step.
サブリナは港を危険だと信じており安全ではないと感じている。5人いるのか。
So you and your friends all feel in danger? No exceptions?
Tom's the only exception I've come across until now. But he's not like everybody else.
This place seems, how shall I put it, very colourful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
So this bar is neutral territory then?
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What, my name? Or my complexion?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the color of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London. And here I am.
健康だね。さよなら。
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
こっち側にいるのか。北って言ってたのにな。
Good drink's just as likely to
まあじゃあ、
cause a problem as to solve
行
one.
きましょうか。ここはどこに
I've never even been to India.
港の西側と北側か。またなんか違うんだろう。大きな獣あり。ここ何してんだ。戦ってたのか。22だからって僕に勝てると思うことだった。戦闘中に食べるといい度胸じゃない。2発で死んだよ。強かったな。レベル差で圧倒されたのかな。よし。ならばリベンジ。一緒にやろう。人間よ。よし。人間。次は貴様だ。なんや。上になんかあるのか。会場。新聞記事。殺人未遂の若者逮捕される。昨夜トム・ワッツという名の若者がバーシバル通りの有名レストランザ・シルバーベル内にて殺人未遂の疑いで逮捕された。トム・ワッツが容疑は発砲しなかったもののレストラン前で1分ほど客に向けて銃を構えて立っていたのを目撃されたことである。2人の目撃者によって即座に通報された。ワッツは無事に逮捕されたが自分の行動について一切の説明を拒否し名前だけを告げたという。我々の質問に答えた警察官によるとワッツの銃は装填されていたようだ。ワッツはこの罪によって王立裁判所から極めて厳しい判決を受けることとなり最低でも数年間の服役が課せられるだろう。ワッツ、そんな過去が。 シリン。こんなもんかな。よいしょ。でこうまっすぐ行ってとオープン。あ、ネズミがいる。吸血鬼。我々は血まみれの芸術家だね。
Seems like the guard of Frewen is on Shortcut's trail too.
ボスではないです。お前痛えな。痛えな。ほら。ユーザースパークバード。てめえ。痛いぞ。痛いぞっていうか、まあ熱いぞ。ほら。召喚された。僕のご飯が召喚されている。ほら。
Crush the leech, boys.
また召喚されたな。仲間ごとこやってんなこの人。ちょっと回復。この野郎だ。血をよこせ。何のアイテムも落とさず。
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
素早いですか。115メートル、さらに上。テムズ川かい。あら、こっちなんだが、あれ？いけないから、あれいけるのか？普通にいけそうだ。こんにちは。
Shit, that leech is fucking.
よかった。うん。下に死んでいる。あそこ戦ってんな。よし。気に入る。
Want some of this?
くそ。
Die, vermin!
なんか投げてきた。あ、血。違う。いた。あの鉄砲野郎。鉄砲野郎どこ行った？ほら。死にそうです。うわ。ほら、血をよこせ。時間が結構経ってる。怖っ。が多いな。あれに会いたいんだけどな。トモアッツじゃねえ。ショーン・ハンプトン。もうちょいで会えそうな。キープアウトって書いてある。ナイトシェルター界隈。あ、シェルターだ。安全だぞここは。不明な人がいるが、オンハンプトンに。エリア内で見つける。あ、いた。
Why the long face, Doctor?
顔血まみれですが。相当それだけが気がかり。二人とも相当変わったね。
It looks like we both have changed a lot. I must confess, it saddens me, Sean.
Put your faith in the Lord, Doctor. He has a plan for all of us. We may not always see it, but he does.
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
ハリエット・ジョーンズを殺した。
Why return here?
This is my home. These people are my flock. You will always find me where I am needed.
君は親切なスカルなのかい？
Wonders never cease. Scal managing an asylum.
And what of you? A vampire doctor? Meals laid out before you. Yet you restrain?
ウィリアム・ビショップを思い出せ。杭で撃ち抜かれたやつだ。
And what about William Bishop? He tried to take care of you. But this hunger, this thirst, cannot be restrained.
Alas, poor William. He had a good soul, but was weak in spirit. He could not shake the thirst for booze, never mind blood. But have faith. My will is far stronger than his.
確かにな、スカルになってもちゃんと理性を保ってるのがすごいね。
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk amongst the plague and aid those that need it.
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it. But I do not fear the cross, nor am I forced to take the life of another. My kind doesn't share your imperfections.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So saith the Lord. I only need to eat flesh, no blood.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
But you were close to her.
Of course. But she was lost, separated from the fold. She did not see the hand of the divine in my blessed condition.
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by your hand, nor the other incidents at Pembroke?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
興味をそそられますね。
Very well. You have definitely intrigued me. I hope you're right, Sean.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I'll surrender myself to your judgment.
一度悪評が立てます。目が怖くなって。それでは今回はここまでにしたいと思います。この人が犯人じゃなかった。戦うことを覚悟してやってきたんだかな。折りたたまれた手紙。神をお許しください。私は告白します。私はダイソン・ディレニーが運河に落ちた時、助けなければならなかったと思うことがあるのです。ああ、言ってしまった。どうか許してください、主よ。私は罪人です。私がナイトシェルターを開いて以来、ダイソンは私が扱ってきた中で最も思うに任せないケースかもしれません。私はなぜ自分がこの人に対してこんなに苛立つのか、彼を理解しようとしてきました。そして最近その理由が分かった気がするのです。ダイソンは未来永劫戦うことをやめたのです。生涯を通してたくさんの酒に溺れる人々に出会いました。男も女も富める者も貧しい者も老人も若者もいました。私は彼らが内なる悪魔と過去と罪とそして失敗と戦うのを見てきたのです。彼らの内なる悪に名前をつけることができた者もいるし、その絶望の正体を突き止められない人もいます。ですが大抵の場合においてこれらの人々は飲酒こそが戦いを続ける手段なのです。無論それは無意味で自滅的な苦悶の形ですが、少なくともこの自滅は彼らが何かに苦しめられ心の奥底にある痛みと未だ戦い続けていることを意味しています。ウィリアム・ビショップのように深刻なアルコール依存症を患う人であっても依存に苦しみ、キリストの光に救いを求めています。そして彼らが光を見たいと願う限り、そこには希望があります。ダイソン・ディレニーは希望が残されていません。彼は痛みを抑え込むために飲んでいるのではありません。すべての希望を抑え込むサディスト的喜びを得るために念入りに飲んでいるに違いありません。私には心の内から恋に希望を捨て去ること、と自滅の中で自己満足に浸ること、どちらが最悪の罪なのか分かります。ダイソンはひどく酔って運河に落ちた時にショーン・ハンプトンに救助された。ルーファス、貧血だった。イーニット・ギリンガー。ここには何人か、あと2人ほど人がいたけど、その人たちに話を聞くのは次回にしましょう。それでは最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございました。また次回をお楽しみに。ホープでした。